Hey, happy Wednesday. It's Devil's Night. It is Devil's Night, the night before Halloween. And you guys are joining me for some live horror trivia. Now a mostly monthly event, I think is going to be. Might have to not do some months, but yeah, every once in a while. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I have a little theme song. I opened it up, used it the last time was the first time I used it. A buddy of mine whipped it up, sent it to me. I was just like, this is cool. But yeah, I hope you guys are ready for some horror trivia. I figured with Halloween coming, it should be a good time to do it and to give you guys some tough questions and some easy ones. I think I actually went a little bit easier with this round. If this is your first time doing horror trivia with us, I usually like to delay a little bit because some people come in a little bit later. So the first 10 minutes or so are just me chit-chatting and kind of bringing you up to speed on some things. We will get to the trivia in just a few minutes. And I have some good rounds for you tonight and some really good questions that I think that you all do really well at. I Suck Game, and thank you very much. I got your book this week. I appreciate it. And yes, in case you don't know, there are now 3 different books to get. There is the 80s Project, The Horror of 1980. There's also now the 80s Project, The Horror of 1981, which is also available, and the Sci-Fi Project book as well, which covers both 1980 and 1981. And just so you know, coming up before Christmas, we will have a 30s Project book covering the entirety of the decade. So there you go. It'd be pretty cool. But if you want to get those, I have the ordering information on the previous live that I did about the book. So Jet Screamer says it's one of the best channels in the world. Thank you very much. I super appreciate it. And you guys are the best fans I have going out there. And it's pretty awesome. Kirok says, just Rev, are you doing new aged horror, which I won't be familiar with? If you do old style, I am gamed. There's a mixture. It's mostly older horror, although I do have some new stuff, some new things here as well, too. Kitty's not just in a mirror. Kitty is literally right here. Say hi. She loves when I do that. I know. Just sit down. Go ahead. You want to. Videos that I have for you guys. I have a video coming up this Friday that you're going to love. I know you guys love when I watch particularly crazy or terrible movies. This Friday, you're going to be getting a video of really bizarre and insane horror flicks. I think it's the 3rd volume of those that I've done, which are just like horror movies that are just really weird. That this round of videos was particularly strange, but very enjoyable. I actually had a blast watching these. You're getting the next episode of the 20s Project, the no sound. Can you guys hear me? Someone said there's no sound. Can you hear me? I hope so. Monday is the next episode of the 20s Project, the 3rd episode, the 3rd of 4. There's only 4 episodes of that coming. 3rd episode is coming on Monday. And next week is next Friday is the return of the 80s Project. Next episode of 80s Project. And the week after that is the 80s Project Sci-Fi. So there's a lot of 80s stuff coming your way very, very shortly here. Lots of good stuff. But yeah. So Jeff Bosco says, how you doing, big dog? I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty good. Got a lot of, it's been a busy period with my other job and with Stella at school and everything. Although it's been helped because Christy's been off for a couple of weeks, although she starts her new gig tomorrow. She's going to be working on a TV series for like the next couple of months. So it'll be a little bit odd with our schedules. We'll have to do a lot of balancing there to try to make some things go, but it always works out. She's going to be working on this is not a secret, so I can say it. She's going to be working on the 2nd season of Beef for Netflix, which, the first season, I think did really, really well and got a lot of awards and accolades. So she's going to be working on the second season of that coming up, which is pretty cool. So she'll be doing that for like 4 months. I think she's on that all the way until April. But yeah. So let me explain what we're doing here, because if you're not sure how trivia works, I've been toying around with the formula, and I think that the way that I did it last month really worked, and that's the way that I really want to do it. So how this works, very similar to this. Thank you very much, Kirok 2011. Thank you very much. Appreciate you for the $5. By the way, just curious, do you consider Terminator 1 a horror film, /film, or a sci-fi film? For me, it's a sci-fi film, but since you do horror, I would ask. I consider it to be a little bit of all of those. I do think that Terminator is kind of a horror movie. It really feels like a slasher film. It trades with that horror vibe of like there's just a guy coming after you. I mean, there's really not much difference between the Terminator and Jason at points. So I definitely think it's dipping into the horror realm, very clearly also dipping into sci-fi as well, doing a little bit of a genre mashup. But I would absolutely call it horror influenced, 100%, definitely. So really quick, here's how the rules work. As we're playing here, I'm going to ask a question. You guys then answer the question in the chat. If you answer the question correctly, you get a point. That's pretty easy, right? Now, here's where the things get a little bit tougher. If you are the first person to get that answer correctly, you get 3 points. And if you are the second person to get it correct, you get 2 points. Everyone else gets a single point, so you will get multiple if you are faster at the draw with it and coming up with those answers. Like I did last month, I'm not going to keep score as we go. I'm simply going to give 30 seconds after I ask the question. Once 30 seconds is up, I will type end in the chat, and that is the time where I will no longer take the answers. So as long as you answer before that 30 seconds is up, you will get the point. I will either tomorrow or Friday, one of the 2 days, I have to see what my work schedule is like in terms of if it's a busy day and I can spend my time at work tallying up points, then I'll do it tomorrow or Friday, one of those 2 days. I will add up those points, and we will have the results posted on the community page, on either the community page on YouTube, or I will post it in the comments to this video and pin it. That'll be one of the things. I do believe, for those of you that are playing in the US, if the winner today is from the US, then I will ship you a prize. What that prize is, I'm not sure yet. I have some assorted stuff that I have won at the horror trivia that I do here that I've kind of collected off to the side. And I'm like, this stuff's fun, but this would be kind of fun to do as like a prize for people. I have like some T-shirts and a couple books and stuff like that. And I'll put together a little prize package and ship it out to the winner of it. And the winner will be announced either tomorrow or Friday once I tally up the scores. So, yes, and I promise I will not send you a doorknob. Although maybe I will. I have an extra prop doorknob. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so that's how it goes. Does spelling count? Sort of. Spelling, I'm not going to be so ridiculous with spelling standards to say that if like you have one letter wrong or something's kind of off, that I'm not going to include it. I'm not going to count it. I will count it. If it is so butchered that it's kind of hard to tell what the word is supposed to be, then I cannot count that. I will excuse 1 or 2 minor errors. Also, please, I do like to preference that I'm not a fan of abbreviating things. So if the answer is Nightmare on Elm Street, please type Nightmare on Elm Street, not NOES. If you type NOES or something like that, then I won't count it. So please type out the full answer. If the answer is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, if you type in TCM, I'm not going to include it. So that won't win. But yes, so there we go. But yes, before I start up, we got the horror posters in the background. Actually, this is really nice. Christy did this for me. It's really nice. She's done this up. It's hard to tell, but this is Jaws. This is Evil Dead 2. Obviously, a Last Amityville movie. I got a signed Phantasm. This is signed by Don Coscarelli. And over there, we have The Thing. And finally, it's The Shining on the end, which you kind of can't see. But yeah, she put up posters for some of my all-time favorite ones down below there, which I thought was pretty great. It was very nice of her. Because she, as you can probably tell from The Thing, she loves to hang pictures all over the place. So she's like, these ones are yours. This is like your zone. So, all right, we are at the 10-minute mark. I think this is about enough time to kind of keep things going, and to start up the game, because I think we have enough people joined now, and I've given people enough time to get the alert to say that it's live, and so that we can be live. So we're gonna get the game going. So I hope you guys are ready to roll. Hope you've got your thinking caps on. I will also say that please don't Google the answer. It makes it less fun. This is just a silly challenge. It's really very low stakes. So if you're Googling answers, you're only cheating yourself. So just kind of use your thing here. If you don't know the answer, just give it a guess. I like when people post funny things in the chat. I don't always have time to highlight them, but I like funny answers. There's always like one or two people that constantly post up like just silly, funny guess answers, and it always makes me smile, especially when I go through the chat log the next day. Okay, let's get going to trivia. All right. Hope you guys are ready. Here comes horror trivia for October 2024. So, round one. Let me see how many. First up, I want to see how many rounds I have for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 rounds for you guys tonight. 8 rounds. One of which is a picture round. So here we go. Round one is called Horror Movies That Almost Were. I'm going to give you a working title for a horror movie that was eventually released by a different name. What I want you to do is put in the answer in the chat what the movie was actually released as. So the actual movie. So what's going to show up on the screen is a working title, and all you have to do is respond with the actual movie. Let me pull up my timer. Okay, reset. Here we go. Question number 1. It's just going to be a title. Batteries not included. So a movie was going to be called Batteries Not Included. What was that released as? It didn't go under the title Batteries Not Included. It went up as some other movie. What was it? All right, let's see what we got. Running out of time here. A couple more seconds left, and we've hit the 30-second mark, so I'm going to hit end. Okay, there we go. That is the end point. Also, I didn't really see here, but one other quick rule that I should point out is please only answer one time. If you have to answer again to adjust something, like if you spelled something really weird and you want to just correct your spelling, that's totally fine. But if the answers are numbers and I see you typing in like 4, 5, 6, whatever like that, then I'll have to discount all of them. But the correct answer there is Child's Play. Child's Play was originally going to be called Batteries Not Included. But so Robert Bolton, you're fine. I mean that yours was kind of yours was kind of what I'm talking about, which was a thing that's okay. Like you were kind of correcting yourself, that's totally fine. I'm just talking about like spamming a whole bunch of different guesses. But yeah, doing that. All right, here we go. Number 2, movie title number 2. Star Beast. Star Beast. What was Star Beast actually released as? It was going to be called Star Beast. They didn't go with that title. For some reason, I don't think it would actually have done as well under the title Star Beast. But what was it? What movie was called Star Beast? All right, and we have now hit the... There's our 30-second mark as we had hit the end point. The correct answer there was Alien. Alien was originally going to be called Star Beast. And Patrick Farmer is there from Kings of Horror, and I missed the horror trivia over on their channel. They also do a horror trivia every week as well on the Kings of Horror channel. So there you go. The correct answer was Alien. It looks like a lot of you guys got that one correct. It's probably one of the more commonly known ones. But now it's going to get a little harder. Here goes number 3. Baby killer. Oh, kill babies. Stella says in the Omen video, babies killed. There was a movie that was going to be called Baby Killer. But it didn't get released as Baby Killer. It was released as something else. What was it called when they released it? Baby Killer. Do you guys know this answer? Seems like a tough one. What's Baby Killer? It's actually, the movie is very good. It's a movie I enjoy thoroughly. And we're about at the 30-second mark. I love it is not Kindergarten Cop. I wish it was. Okay, there is our end point there. The correct answer to Baby Killer, it is not someone that kills babies. It is indeed a baby that is a killer, because the answer is It's Alive. The classic Larry Cohen film that is very fun. Okay, here we go. Number 4. Number 4. There was a movie that was released, and it was originally going to be called Head Cheese. What movie was originally at one point possibly going to be called Head Cheese? But then they decided maybe calling this movie Head Cheese is not a great idea, and they changed it to something else. What was it? What did they call it? Head Cheese. All right, we're at the 30-second mark, so I'm going to hit the end point there. And the correct answer there is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm definitely seeing some correct answers on that as well. I feel like that's one of the more commonly known ones, but don't really know for sure. Okay, getting a little trickier now. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Question number 5, and in case you're curious, there are 7 of these. Question number 5. The Babysitter Murders. What movie was originally going to be called The Babysitter Murders? Asking a good question. How do you go from Head Cheese to Texas Chainsaw? I have no idea. That is a really that's a leap. That is a big leap. All right. We're hitting there. I'm pretty sure that this is kind of the easy one, possibly the gimme of the group. And we're going to hit our end point. Let's say end here. And the correct answer there is Halloween. Halloween was going to be called The Babysitter Murders. All right. Question number 6. Throwing you guys, we're going to go for a loop here. Ready? Number 6. Blood Buddy. Blood Buddy. What was Blood Buddy originally released as? Blood Buddy. This one might be a little bit tougher. It's a terrible name. I'm glad that they changed it because Blood Buddy is not the best name. And we've hit our end point there. All right, this one is a tricky one because, like Batteries Not Included, Blood Buddy was also a working title for Child's Play. The original Child's Play, not the remake. The original Child's Play was originally going to be called Batteries Not Included. When they found out about the Spielberg movie that was going to be called Batteries Not Included, they changed the name to Blood Buddy, and then they changed it to Child's Play. Okay, here we go. The final question of this round, question number 7, possibly the hardest one of the group. See how well you guys know your horror. Wimpy. What movie was originally going to be called Wimpy? Wimpy. I'll give a slight hint here in that this is a little older than most of the ones on this list. This movie is actually one of the more classic horror films. Wimpy. Okay, this one might have been a stumper for you. All right, and we've hit our end point there. And the correct answer is, I think one person got it right. The correct answer is Psycho. Psycho was originally called Wimpy. I should also point out, Kirok donated earlier, you can buy points, because I can be bought. If you do actually do the super chat and donate any money to it, that will each dollar that you donate is a point. Here we go. We're now going into round 2. Round 2. It's Halloween, bitches! That's right. These are all questions about movies. They're not Halloween, though. Maybe there's some Halloween in there. I don't know. But these are all movies that are set on Halloween. All horror movies that are set on Halloween. And I believe, I'm scanning them over here, none of them are about the movie Halloween or movies in the Halloween series. So they're just other movies that are set on Halloween. Here we go. Question number 1. Are you ready for round 2? Question number 1. Which Scream film is set on Halloween? Which Scream film is set on Halloween? I know, you're like... Which Scream is set on Halloween? Got the time going. All right, we're almost at the end point here. And there is our end. The correct answer there is Scream 6. Scream 6 is the only Scream movie to be set on the holiday of Halloween. All right, here we go. Question number 2. Excuse me. And Arrogancy, there will be a trick or treat question in here, but maybe not as easy as you think. Here we go. Next one. The first 2 Terrifier movies are set on Halloween, but what was the name of the anthology film in which Art the Clown appeared before them? Before he was in the Terrifier movies, he was in a different movie. It was an anthology film, and it had a title. What was that title? I finally saw Terrifier 3 the other night. I'm not a big fan of the Terrifier movies, but Terrifier 3 was actually decent. I thought it was all right. I cannot deal with Terrifier 1 at all. I think it's a terrible movie. Terrifier 2 is all right. It's just really freaking long. It should not be that long. Terrifier 3 is still too long, but it's more tolerable. There is our end point. It looks as if a lot of you guys got this correctly, including Alan Plum, who kicked over $2. I appreciate you. That is 2 extra points for you as well. The correct answer is All Hallows Eve. That is the correct answer there. All right. Domingos Jr. to enjoy the Clown Cafe thing. No, I think the whole entire Clown Cafe thing should have been cut out. It's so long and so unnecessary. Anyway. Okay, here we go. Question number 3. The anthology film Trick or Treat also began as a short film, and this one was called Season's Greetings. On which horror-based channel did the short premiere on? Which horror-based channel did the short film Season's Greetings premiere on? That they eventually turned into Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat, excuse me, not or. Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat. Very excited to go trick-or-treating tomorrow. I will post my Halloween costume. Are you going to be my co-host?
Right now?
No, you don't have to. And that is our end point. I see definitely some correct answers going up here. And the correct answer here is FearNet. FearNet is where it debuted. All right, here we go. Next question, question number 4. In the 80s horror tale Trick or Treat, Ragman is given Sammy Kerr's last album by his local DJ, played by Gene Simmons. What was the character's name? The DJ. What was the DJ character's name in that movie? One of my guilty pleasures. I enjoy that movie very, very much. Even though I feel as if the movie's kind of anti-heavy metal in a way. It's weird. Feels like it should be like a pro-metal band, pro-metal movie, but it feels very anti-heavy metal. But it's a great movie. I enjoy it very, very much. It's silly and dumb, but it's great. And there is our end point. And I saw some correct answers there. The correct answer is Nuke. Nuke is the DJ's name. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I have faith in you. There you go. So, yes. Nuke was the correct answer there. All right. If you had Nuke, you got a point. Question number 5, the final question of this round. Come on. Monster Squad is also set on Halloween, and the beginning of the film plays homage to the original Dracula by showing which animals roaming around the castle. Which animals do you see in both the original the original Dracula and Monster Squad? Monster Squad, one of the all-time great movies. If you haven't seen Monster Squad, I recommend checking it out. It is so much fun. It's a really enjoyable movie. And we're almost at our end point here. And 30 seconds is up. That's going to be our end. And it looks as if a lot of you guys got this one correct. The correct answer here is armadillos. Armadillos. There you see them in Dracula's castle, and Monster Squad as sort of like a tip of the hat to that has armadillos in the castle as well. All right, let's all go to our third round now. Our third round was very much inspired by a video that I just did not that long ago. Some of these answers may be in that episode. We'll see, but it is all about Stephen King. Hail to the King! These are all questions about Stephen King stuff. So these are all questions that are related to things about Stephen King. Movies that he are adapted from his works, all that good stuff. So here you go. If you're a Stephen King fan, you're going to love this round. But here we go with question number 1. Are you ready? Because here it goes. Stephen King has appeared in a large number of adaptations of his works in little cameos. Which of the following did he not appear in? Pet Sematary, Thinner, Silver Bullet, or Creepshow 2? One of those movies did not feature a cameo or like an appearance by Stephen King. Which one was it? And there's only one answer. He only did not appear in one of them. We're about at our 30-second mark here. And there's our end. The correct answer here is Silver Bullet. He does not appear in Silver Bullet at all. Okay, let's go on to our next one. Question number 2. A number of anthology shows featured adaptations of King stories, but which one featured a screenplay by the man himself? So some of these were adaptations of Stephen King books, but there was only one that he actually wrote. Was it Monsters, The Twilight Zone, Tales from the Dark Side, or The Outer Limits? Which of those did he actually write this screenplay for? And I will confess it's also one of my all-time favorite short King adaptations. Such a good story. Okay. We're almost at our end point there. And there's our end. The correct answer here is The Twilight Zone. He wrote a story called Sorry, Wrong Number, which was a very, very good story. Sorry, Right Number. Sorry. Excellent short story. Really good stuff. He wrote that screenplay. Okay, here we go. Question number 3. Marvel Comics has put out a number of comic book series based on The Dark Tower, but they also released several series spinning out of this other major King novel. Which was it? Which one was it? I have not read. I've actually read a couple of the Dark Tower comic book spin-offs, but I have not read any of these. I'm kind of curious to see how it was. And we're almost at our end point. There you go. There's our end point there. The correct answer there is The Stand. I was going to ask, just so you know that this was a replacement question. I originally was going to ask a question about what was the first thing, because one of the only comic books that Stephen King wrote is he wrote like 2 or 3 pages of a charity comic book called Heroes for Hunger back in the 80s. Which was sort of like a jam issue with a whole bunch of writers and a whole bunch of different artists doing it. And it was like a fundraiser book for hungry kids. And that was one of his only comic book writings. And I was going to be the question. I realized that was way too hard. So I swapped it for this one. So there you go. Question number 4. One of King's novels was infamously turned into a musical, which is noted for being one of the biggest Broadway flops in history. What was it? What was it? What was the big Broadway flop? And Brandon Madigan is correct in that he did American Vampire, which was way more recent. He did that recently. We're almost at our end point there. You want to say hi? And there's our end point there. The correct answer was Carrie. Carrie the musical was one of the biggest flops in Broadway history. Do you want to come say hi? Come on, say hi. Come on. My co-host is being shy. You want to sit here? Oh, you're being shy. All right, you want to help me with question number 5? Whoops, my book fell.
So that one down.
It did fall. What was that? My book fell. All right, question number 5. You want to help me read it? We'll read it together. All right, here's the final question of this round. Okay, ready? Final question of the Stephen King round. Which popular bro punk band takes its name from a King villain? And in case there are several of them out there, this one was on Epitaph Records. Which one was it? Do you know? Do you know which one it was? No? No, you don't know? Take a bath. You kind of stink.
You're the one who stinks.
I just took a shower. He's telling me I stink. How dare you? Huh? Pew, pew, pew. All right, we're at our end point here. And end. And the correct answer is Pennywise. Pennywise is a bro punk band. One of the most popular songs is the Bro Hymn. I'm not a big Pennywise fan, like the band. I'm more into No Use for a Name in Lagwagon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've lost you. There you go. But yes, there was definitely other bands out there with names.
There's a ring thing.
There was a ring thing. That goes to my house?
Yes, I'm going down.
Okay, go ahead.
Whoa!
Okay, let's go on to our next round here. Our next round is a picture round. That's right. I'm going to show you a picture of a monster. I believe all of these are practical monsters. I think so. I'm going to show you a picture of a monster. All you need to do is tell me what movie that monster is from. I just want the name of the movie. You don't have to name the monster, just the movie that it's from. If it is from a sequel, I need the number. So if the answer is Nightmare on Elm Street and the answer is Nightmare on Elm Street 3 and you put Nightmare on Elm Street, then that does not count. Here we go. Name this monster. Here comes your first one. There are 6 of these. Here's the first one. Look at that guy. Stella, look at this guy. This is a really creepy dude with a lot of teeth.
Stella, do you want to look at a guy?
And I can tell you, I don't know if it helps, but he has a lovely singing voice as well. It is a very lovely singing voice. But yeah, he's definitely a pretty cool looking creature and definitely practical. This is completely practical. Here. And that is our end point. And the correct answer here, I'm seeing a couple here. The correct answer is Basket Case 2. Although this character does also, he's in Basket Case 3. So if you put Basket Case 3, I will accept that as well. He's in both of the movies. But this particular shot of him singing is from Part 2. Very fun movie. Not as good as the first one, but very fun. Here we go with our second monster. That guy, pretty intimidating. Also, a lot of teeth on this guy, and an interesting nose sort of detail happening there. Kind of dragony kind of a look for this creature. But what movie is he from? What movie is this guy from? This is a very, very cool practical creature effect here. Possibly the highlight of the film. It's not a great film, but this monster is very cool in it. And that is our end point. So we're going to say, whoops, we're going to say end right there. But yes, it looks as if quite a few of you guys got this one correct. The correct answer here is The Fly 2. That is the young Brundle boy. That is, what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? I've gone blank on the actor's name. The original Marty McFly. Help me out. Somebody put it in the comments. What?
Michael J. Fox.
No, the original Marty McFly, the guy that was fired.
Oh.
Mask. Redheaded dude. Anaconda. Anyway, Eric Stoltz. Thank you.
Eric Stoltz.
That is Eric Stoltz in monster form. Okay, here we go.
Mask.
Yeah, he's Mask. He's the dude from Mask. All right, here we go. Number 3, monster number 3. Is a little bit more obscure, but let's see if you know what it is. I want the full title. I want the full title. There are four words in this title. If you don't put all 4 of them, then you're not getting it. Number 3, there it is. What movie is this monster from? Really cool looking practical effect there as well too. Fairly low budget movie, but did not skimp on the monsters, that's for sure. What movie is he from? I don't think Uncle Pete is playing tonight, but he literally just watched this movie the other day. What movie is this guy from? And I gave you sort of a hint in that the title has 4 words. I don't know if that's a hint or not. But what movie is this guy from? We're running out of time. We're getting close to the ending here. This one seems to have been a little bit of a stumper here. And we're going to say end. The correct answer here is Jack Brooks, Monster Slayer. I will give Michael M. I will give it to you for Jack. Jack. Oh, sorry. I thought it said Jack Brooks, Monster Hunter. Jack the Monster Hunter. I'll have to debate whether or not I'll give that, whether that's close enough or not, but we'll see. Jack Brooks, Monster Slayer. Very fun movie. That is actually supposed to be Robert Englund there as a monster. Here we go. Next one. Next monster coming at you here. Monster number 4. I will give it to him. I will give it to him. Here we go. Because he was the only one that got even close to it. Another slightly more obscure guy. What movie is this guy from? What movie is he from? Cute. Well, he's kind of a cute looking brain dude, I guess. Kind of cute, right? I don't think I would want to meet him in the context of the movie. I don't think I would want to meet this guy. But what's he from? All right. He certainly does look like Krang, that's for sure. And that is our end point. And it seems as if a lot of you guys knew this one. I was trying to find a picture of the other aliens from this movie because I feel like they're a little bit more obscure. But the answer is Invaders from Mars. It's from the remake of Invaders from Mars. So there you go. But yeah, very cool creature there as well, too. All right, now we're going to go to our next one. Monster number 5. Here we go. What movie is that little guy from? Kind of a cuter monster, I guess. A little silly looking dude. But although judging from the blood and the teeth, you do not want to have to go up against this guy. You also don't want to see where he lives. Because, yeah, if you know what the movie is, you certainly don't want to see where he lives. All right, we're hitting our end point. We're almost there, and stop. But the answer there is Bad Milo, featuring Ken Marino. And what's funny is Ken Marino is in a band called like the Dad Jam Band or something like that, or the Old Dad Jam Band or something like that, whatever like that. And last Halloween, Ken Marino was just playing a show up the street, and we're wondering if he's going to be there again this year, just out in their front yard playing a concert. So there you go. Bad Milo. Fun movie. If you haven't seen it, I would check it out. Very cool monster stuff. All practical monsters, except for, I think, a couple of quick CG shots. But love it. Here we go. Our final monster of this round. Middle-aged dad jam band. There you go. There's our final monster. What is this guy from? I believe that this guy had some CGI going, but he was practical at some points as well, too. What movie is this guy from? Not a great movie at all. Not a great movie. But yeah. See if you guys know what it is. Certainly a silly movie. And that's our end point. There we go. And yes, it seems as if there was definitely some correct answers here. That is what is called the Ripley monster, or the poop monster, or the butt monster from Dreamcatcher. That's what he's from. Dreamcatcher. Stephen King, and I guess I keep going into Stephen King for this, but my neighbors just went wild, so I'm assuming something big just happened in the Dodgers game. I'm assuming, but I don't know. I haven't been paying attention, but I only know what's going on with the Dodgers based upon the sounds of fireworks outside my house, or people that live in my area screaming. But yeah, I can see now. I guess they just tied the game up. So it's now 5-5. Dodgers and Yankees are tied. I guess if that's your thing. I'm not a sports guy. Okay, here we go. Round 5, 50 years of Chainsaw. This is the 50th anniversary of the Texas Chainsaw movie, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yes, and Eric seems like it's not the Ripley. The Ripley is the alien thing. You are totally correct, and I'm wrong. So these are all questions about the Texas Chainsaw series, mainly the first movie, although there's a little bit of stuff from the other movies as well too. So we'll see what you know. All right, here we go. Texas Chainsaw movies. I believe it starts off pretty easy. Here we go. What dead animal can be seen as roadkill in the beginning of the original film? In the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in the very beginning of the film, there is a shot of a dead animal on the road. What is that animal? What is it? And it's not a human being. But what is it? I love the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It is, I think, an all-time great horror film. It still terrifies me to this day. Great movie. Really good. Yes, a lot of you guys got this one correct, the correct answer. And the second time that this has been the answer for the night, armadillo. I did that intentionally. Thought it'd be fun to have armadillo be the answer twice in one night. Maybe, I don't know, maybe armadillo will be the answer 3 times tonight. Guess we'll see. You never know. All right, here we go. Number 2, Eric, I see correct there too. I'm confused because of the yeah, tell me about it, man. It's every movie is a reboot. Every movie's a reboot for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay, here we go. Question number 2. What is the strange object that Kirk discovers by the old farmhouse and gives to Pam? He finds something on the ground and he's like, what is that? And he gives it to Pam. What is that object? What does he find? It's kind of gross. What does he find? Robert Bolton says that it was a dildo, but that is the Texas Dildo Masquerade, the porn parody. I don't know that for sure. I'd probably have to go check that. But I do believe that there is that scene in the parody. That is our end point. The correct answer is a tooth. Looks like Eli, you guys got that right. Yes, it is a tooth. So, yes, that is totally all right. And Jeff getting even more particular by telling us it's a molar. That is also correct. I assume so. Okay, here we go. Next question, question number 4, or next number 3. Sorry, question number 3. Only one actor has played Leatherface in more than one film. Name him. I will not be super particular with spelling here. As long as the last name is fairly close, I'll give it to you. But only one guy has played Leatherface more than one time. Who was he? Who's that guy? All right. We are at our end point. And actually, I do believe that I don't think anyone got this one. This might have been a little bit of a stumper, but the correct answer here is Andrew Bryniarski. Andrew Bryniarski. That is the correct guy there. Gunnar Hansen only played him one time. Surprisingly, Andrew Bryniarski played him, I believe, in the 2003 remake, and then in the beginning, I think, is the two that he was in. He was the only person to play him more than once. And absolutely, yes, Molar is, you get the point for Molar, 100%. Yeah, that is totally a correct answer. Question number 4. Although Gunnar Hansen never played Leatherface again, which of the sequels did he make a quick cameo in? He only cameoed one time. Which movie did he appear in? Several of the other actors from the original movie made cameos later on, made several cameos, but only one. Gunnar Hansen only appeared in one other. Which one was it? Hey, did you see that the Dodgers tied the game? Are you happy? You excited? It's a tie game. They could win still. Stella is excited about the Dodgers. All right, we're almost at our end here. And let's say right there. I don't know, babe. Last I saw it was on the stairs. I see some correct answers here. And oh my gosh, mosquito should be a correct answer because, I mean, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. It's such a fun movie. I love Mosquito. But the correct answer here is actually Texas Chainsaw 3D. He plays one of the family members in the house that gets, he's like just a random family member who is there at the house and is in the big opening shootout of the movie. One of the only like really fun parts of that film. But yeah, so there you go. And it's a movie with the classic line, "Do your thing, cuz." One of the finest lines of dialogue in all of cinema. All right, here we go. Question number 5, the final question of this round. Caroline Williams appeared as a character credited as Stretch, wielding a chainsaw, in the 4th entry of this franchise, not the Texas Chainsaw franchise. She appears in a different franchise as a character named Stretch with a chainsaw. What is it? What franchise? Just got to, the franchise is fine. She's in part 4 of that franchise playing someone named Stretch. Like she's literally wearing a name tag that says Stretch on it. This one seems to have been tricky. And that's going to be our end point. But yes, it seems as if a lot of you guys have said Hatchet, although in Hatchet, she appears in part 3. Her character is not named Stretch, and I don't believe that she holds a chainsaw in that. The correct answer is actually Sharknado. She appears in Sharknado 4 as a character named Stretch, has a chainsaw, and even says the line, it's not Texas without a chainsaw massacre or something like that. And she appears with another character that is supposed to be Chop Top. And it's, silly, but there she is. Okay, that takes us to our next round. Round number 6. This is called Pets in Horror. And this one is going to be a little hard, except for maybe one or two of them. I'm just going to name an animal by their name that they have in the movie and what kind of a animal that they are. And then you just have to tell me the movie that it's from. So it's just going to be the animal's name and then the breed or whatever of the animal that it is. Just tell me the movie that this pet is featured. All right. Here comes number 1. Church, the Maine Coon cat. Church, the Maine Coon cat. Cat's name is Church, and he is a Maine Coon. Maine Coons, the coolest cats. Both of my cats are Maine Coons. And so is Church. What movie is Church from? I didn't hit start. This is the easy one of the round, I think. I assume is the easy one, but there you go. Church. Okay, and there's our end point. And it seems as if most of you guys got this one correct. The correct answer here is Pet Sematary. Church is, of course, the family cat. Such a cute guy. Not so cute at the end, but definitely cute throughout. Okay, number 2. Here's where it gets a little tougher. Are you ready? The animal is Max, the Tibetan Mastiff. What movie is Max, the Tibetan Mastiff from? Max, the Tibetan Mastiff. Oops. Stop. Max, the Tibetan Mastiff. And I don't know if this is a hint, but he's sort of the main character of the movie. He's pretty much the main character. And it's definitely not Cujo, because Cujo, his name was Cujo. That was his name in the movie. So Cujo is not the answer of any of these, because Cujo was also not a Tibetan Mastiff, I don't think. The correct answer is Man's Best Friend was the correct answer. I didn't say end. Let me hit end. The correct answer, and I believe Jeff snuck the correct answer in there before time was up and before I said it. So good job. But yes, Man's Best Friend is the correct one there. He was a robo dog, a robo attack dog. All right, here we go. Number 3. Muffin, the Shih Tzu. Muffin the Shih Tzu. What movie is Muffin from? Muffin. Muffin's a cute little dog. My grandparents had a Shih Tzu when I was younger. They are cute, somewhat yappy dogs. If you don't like yip yip dogs, do not get a Shih Tzu. Muffin was a cute one. And we're almost out of time here. Get your final answers in there. The correct answer is Friday the 13th, Part 2. And Zombie Killer, yes, is correct. He was not a robot. He was bioengineered. Yes, he was not. He was not robotic. I haven't seen that movie from like 25 years. It's one I should rewatch. I haven't seen that in ages. Okay, our next animal. Animal number 4. How many of these do we have? We have 5 animals. Yeah, 5 animals. So 2 more animals for you here. Here you go. Question number 4. Prince the Rottweiler. And Casey Bain said he thought that man's best friend was a Rottweiler, and it is not. It is actually a Tibetan Mastiff, whatever that is. I pulled that information off of the movie's official Wikipedia thing. But Prince is a Rottweiler. What movie's Prince from?
Are you okay?
You all right? Are you all right, Chris?
Yeah, she used pen again.
Christy and I are very tired. We took a very long 5-mile hike up a mountain today. So we climbed up to the top of Echo Mountain and walked around and then came down. It was a haul. So we're both a little beat up. All right, we're running out of time here. There's your end mark. The correct answer here is the people under the stairs. Seems like quite a few guys got that one correct. But yeah, Prince, big old nasty Rottweiler in that one. Not a good guy. Not a good dog. Kind of a mean fella, but he's a dog. How bad could he be? All right, here you go. Number 5. Final one. Chips, the Border Collie. What movie is Chips from? Chips, the dog that... Man. Not a good dog. I guess Chips is kind of a good guy, I suppose. Pain in the ass. But there you go. What movie is Chips from, though? That's the question. We're almost out of time. Get that answer in. And there's time. And the correct answer is yes, it's the Dawn of the Dead remake, the Zack Snyder version, the movie that people seem to really love. And I love the first half of it, and I do not like the second half. I can tell you the exact point that I stopped liking the Dawn of the Dead remake, and the exact point that I stopped liking that movie is when the truckload of other people show up. That's when the movie goes completely sour for me. Everything before that, I love. Everything after that, it's fine. It's whatever. Okay, here we go to a round that I don't know if this is going to be hard or not. I'm curious about this one. Let's see if we can. Let's see what you guys think. But round 7 is called TV Terrors. TV Terrors. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you some information about a TV show, a TV series. All you have to do is tell me the name of this series. Okay? Just going to give you the information. It's all the same information for every single answer, for every single clue. And then you just have to tell me the TV show that the clues are leading to. Here we go. Number 1. It's 2 seasons, 44 episodes. It was on from 88 to 90. It ran in syndication, and the pilot episode was called No More Mr. Nice Guy. What horror TV show is that? These are all horror-based TV shows. 2 seasons, 44 episodes. It was from 88 to 90. It ran in syndication, and the pilot episode was called No More Mr. Nice Guy. What was it? A few more seconds to get that answer in. And there's our end point. And the correct answer here, I see quite a few of the correct answer. The correct answer is Freddy's Nightmares. It was 2 seasons long. It ran for 44 episodes, 22 episodes in each season. It ran from 88 to 90. It was in syndication. And that pilot episode, No More Mr. Nice Guy, which was one of the few episodes that actually focused on Freddy himself. There was a couple Freddy episodes, but that was the main one. Okay, here we go. Question number 2. 3 seasons, 72 episodes. It ran from 87 to 90. It also ran in syndication, and the pilot episode was called The Inheritance. What series is that? It was 3 seasons long, 72 episodes worth. 87 to 90 is when it was on the air. It was another syndicated series, and the pilot episode was called The Inheritance. What was it? All right. Running out of time here. And there's our end point. And the correct answer, a lot of you guys knew this one as well, too. That is the Friday the 13th, the series. Awesome TV show. Man, such a fun show. I love that series. And yes, the opening episode, the pilot episode, The Inheritance, because they inherited Uncle Lewis's store. Okay. Here we go for number 3. Number 3. 3 seasons, 30 episodes, ran from 15 to 19. It was on MTV and VH1, and the pilot episode was just called Pilot. So the second episode was called Hello, Emma. What show was that? And it may be Big Bad Beetleborgs. It may be. Not sure. Okay, we are running out of time here. Got a few more seconds to get that answer in. This seems to be the gimme, I think. And there's our 30-second mark. The correct answer there is, of course, as most of you guys guessed, Scream. I think the MTV and VH1 sort of gives that one away. But yes, Thorne, you're correct. You did spell it wrong. There are a few letter differences between Scream and Big Bad Beetleborgs. A couple of letters are different. Just a few. Okay, question number 4. Here we go. Question number 4. It's ran for 3 seasons. It ran 24 episodes from 21 to 24. It was on the USA Network and Sci-Fi, and the pilot episode was called Death by Misadventure. What show's that? Death by Misadventure was the show, the pilot episode. Sadly, 3 seasons. Sadly, 24 episodes. Bummer. Okay, we're running out of time here. And I'm going to put the end there. All right, there we go. And the correct answer, a lot of you guys knew this one. I mean, it was a little bit too obvious. The correct answer was Everybody Loves Raymond. Good job. Good job. But no, the correct answer is Chucky. Of course, sadly ended. Fantastic fun show. I'm really sad it's gone. I haven't seen the 3rd season yet, but first 2 seasons were a blast. Here comes the final question of this round. Are you ready? It only ran for 1 season. It was 13 episodes. It was from 2003. It was on Sci-Fi, and the pilot episode was called Feeding Frenzy. What was that series? What was that show? 1 season long, 13 episodes worth of it. Was on in 2003 on the Sci-Fi Network, and the pilot episode was called Feeding Frenzy. What was it? And Jeff, are you kidding me? I would love a Jaws TV. Well, why is there no Jaws TV show? Every week they hunt down a different giant shark. I'm so down for that. And there is our end point, and the correct answer there is Tremors, which was a fun show, a very fun show that I would have liked to have seen more of. But man, the goofy behind the scenes story of that show was crazy. Okay, here we go. The final round. This one is this one's either going to be really tough for you guys or really easy. We'll see. We'll see how well you know. because this is all questions about Movie Timelines, the channel. That's right. It's all about the timelines. These are all questions about my channel, Movie Timelines. So let's see how well you guys know this channel. Let's see. Here we go. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to see that. Like I kind of want to see that. Like all about the town and the inner workings. No, I don't. I don't. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Are you ready? I once had a show about rewatching old bad movies that I hadn't seen in several decades. What was that show called? That's right. I would find an old movie that I saw on like USA Up All Night back in the 80s and was like, let me see. I remember that show. Let me rewatch this movie that I haven't seen in 30 years and see if it's still any good. What was it called? In Smooth Adventure, I'm expecting you to get every single one of these questions correct. That is our end point there. And the correct answer is Reheated Turkeys, a show that I really liked doing, but apparently not many people enjoyed watching because it was my lowest watched show in the history of this channel. Yes, not a lot of views on Reheated Turkeys, but I loved it. I enjoyed it. I had about like 3 or 4 of other movies that I had planned to do, although they're movies I have eventually rewatched anyway. Here we go. Question number 2 about movie timelines. Which of these people were not on the very first Dead Last panel? Was it Derek, Matt, Christy, or Mikey? These 4 people have been in so many Dead Last panels, but only one of them was not on the very first panel. Who was it? Who wasn't in that first panel? And a little known fact, actually, the very first panel was redone because we actually did the first episode, but there was a filming glitch and I had to refilm it. And one of the people that was supposed to be on the first panel couldn't make it to be back on it. So we had to ask somebody else on. All right. That's our end point. That very first ever Dead Last panel, which was for the Friday the 13th movies, that panel consisted of Mikey, Derek, and Christy. Matt was not on that episode. I believe Matt made his first appearance in episode 4, I think was the first time that Matt was on an episode. So yes, Christy was on that episode. I believe that is the infamous parrot where the parrots are attacking Christy. If you haven't seen that episode, go rewatch it because it's hilarious because Christy had a whole onslaught of parrots like staring at her and screaming at her and like it's weird. All right, here we go. Question number 3. Which series had the shortest amount of episodes? Was it sci-fi timelines, superhero timelines, comedy timelines, or action timelines? Which one of those series had the least amount of episodes? I believe that this is the least, even if you include the mini timelines, because mini timelines I don't have in the main series, but one of these series just did not have that many episodes. Which one was it? All right, we are at our end there. The correct answer here, surprisingly, I'll go in opposite order. The one that has the most episodes is Sci-Fi Timelines. The one right after that is Action Timelines. And then Comedy Timelines. And the one with the least amount of episodes is Superhero Timelines. Yep, just not that many episodes of that one. Okay, here we go. Question number 4. My Cube timeline is my most controversial video. Why? Why is that video so controversial? Get down. Stop that. Stop it. Stop it. cats are clawing things up. Why is that episode so controversial? Because some people just, man, the comments that I got were not pleasant. All right. And that is our end point there. I love this because about Canadian. What? Why was that controversial? Canadian? Was it because of the movies? No, it's because I sang the entire video. The entire episode is a song. It is a musical episode that is sung from beginning to end, and it is one of my favorite episodes I ever did. I love it. I spent so much time on it. I worked on it a whole lot. I wrote all of the music myself. I sang it myself, and then everyone told me how much they hated it, me, because of it. So thanks, guys. Okay, here we go. The final question of the round and of the night. Here we go. Are you ready? Question number 5. Which film series have I consistently said on several podcasts and interviews was the most difficult one to get through? Was it Witchcraft, the Death Squad Service movies, Transformers, Human Centipede, or James Bond? Which one of these have I consistently said was the hardest one to make, with the most terrible movie, like the movies that I had the hardest time watching? Which one was it? If you watch, I've been asked on several interviews and podcasts and stuff like that, what is the hardest thing for me to get through? And I have always said this one. Which one was it? All right. And there is our end point. The correct answer here, this one might apparently, the correct answer here is Transformers. I had such a hard time getting through the Transformers movies because there's like 6 of them, and they're all like over 2 hours long. They are so long, and they're so monotonous, and it's just so... I have a hard time with really expensive movies being that garish. Anytime anybody said what was the hardest ones to get through, I've consistently said Transformers, because that is just not my cup of tea. Those movies are painfully dull to me. And they're so long. And yes, Human Centipede is gross and everything like that, but it's only 3 movies. And honestly, the first movie's not that gross. I can get through the first movie easily. Second movie is gross, but it's just gross or whatever. It's fine. And that's it. Thanks for playing, guys. So that is all the questions I have for you tonight. A little bit shorter rounds than normal, but I've been trying to make the game not be 2 hours long. But I will tally things up there. I have not seen, because a lot of the guys saying to check out Bumblebee and Transformers 1. A couple people have said it. I haven't seen either one of them. I may at some point, but just haven't really gotten around to it. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's just not my thing. Here's a question. Did you ever refer to John Carpenter's John Bon Jovi's Vampires? I should. It should be John Bon Jovi's Vampires, because it is actually, it's not a terrible movie. It's pretty fun. So that's about it for the game. I will tally up the scores and go over it later. If you have any, I got a little bit more time for you guys. If you have any more questions, throw it over there. And correct with $2.2. And thank you very much for the donation. And did I see the animated Transformers? Yes, I actually covered it briefly in my Transformers timeline, and it was sort of the bright spot of that, because I do enjoy the 1986 Transformers. Believe it or not, I've never been a big Transformers fan in general. I've always thought they were all right, but they were just, I'm not a Cars guy. I'm not a car. I liked Voltron. I like robots like Voltron, but I've never been a big Cars dude, which is why the Fast and Furious movies just don't do anything for me. But let's see. Domingo said you covered the Dracula Marvel anime on the 80s project, but not the Frankenstein Marvel anime. Because I didn't know that one existed. I'll have to go check it out. That one escaped my radar. I did not know that one was there. I'll have to check it out myself. But I will check that out. Jeff Bosco, Jeff, and my collaborator there. Send me an email to the movie timelines guy at gmail.com. I always talk about that stuff, podcast appearances, all that stuff. Yes, absolutely. Just send me an email to the movie timelines guy at gmail.com. Brandon, I'm not sure. I thought there was a button on the live. I thought there was a thing down below. I think that there is. Robert Bolton, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. That's 5 points for the trivia game for you as well, too. Alan said I was a Ninja Turtles kid. I was actually not a Ninja Turtle guy. That was a little. I was like grown up when the Ninja Turtles were around because I'm old as dirt. I'm like 87, guys. Come on now. So I was never a big fan of that there. Casey Bain said, for the record, I respect all the hard work you put into the Cube song. I thought it was cool that you have a song for the film. So cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Any love for the Cube video? There will be some more. There's another musical sort of thing coming within the next year or so. I've been working on something very slowly, but it's coming. John Estrada pointed out that it's been a while since a failure to launch video. Yeah, it's sort of retired. It's not completely dead. It's mostly dead. But it's not officially gone. I haven't canceled it or anything like that, but I just don't really have any plans for it. One of the reasons why I haven't done a failure to launch video, not so much because it gets soft reviews. They do get soft reviews, but it's also they get tagged for copyright stuff a lot because I'm using a lot of the same footage from the same movie over and over and over again. So they always cause me some copyright troubles. So they're what else? Do you cover things like Fear City, Angel, and Strip to Kill on the 80s project? Angel I wouldn't do. Fear City, I think Strip to Kill I will, because Strip to Kill is definitely more of a slasher film. Angel is much more, I think the Angel series to me feel more action-y. What I do for the 80s project is I use Letterboxd and IMDb, and I use their genre tags, and I cross-reference them there. If they don't have horror as one of their genre tags, then I don't include it, really. Sometimes I'll make a judgment call and include something anyway, just because I want to. But more often than not, I use those as sort of my judgment. Kirok, again, thank you very much. Appreciate that. One last comment. You should see Witchboard 96. Also good. Yeah, I love Witchboard. Witchboard is great. I did a whole video on the Witchboard series. It's on the channel. The Witchboard movies are pretty fun. I also included Witch Trap in that video, which is also really fun, and it feels very much like Witchboard. If you saw Witchboard and you liked it, Witch Trap is giving you basically the same stuff. It's really, really fun. Witchboard, great movie. Brandon, thank you very much. Last Amityville movie is amazing. It clearly took inspiration from Wes Craven's New Nightmare and Wayne's World. Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a lot of anything that was sort of meta-ish. That's where we sort of drew a lot of the inspiration from there. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to make. If you haven't watched the last Amityville movie, please go to Tubi and check it out there, or go to the Kings of Horror YouTube channel. They have it up on there as well, too. It's free to watch. If you want to, you can go to srscinema.com and get the Blu-ray or DVD there for I think the DVDs are like $10. It's not much, but there you go. Let's see, a few more minutes left. Let's see what other questions I have here, too. Favorite slashers that aren't part of a big franchise. Favorite slasher is not part of a big franchise. I don't know if Shocker counts. But Shocker's definitely up there. I love Shocker. It's so doofy. I feel like the first part of that movie is definitely like a slasher flick. Maybe not so much the second part, but I love Slasher. I love Shocker. So it's such a fun movie. Let's see, any other questions there? Do the Ghost of Mr. Chicken. I think I have the Ghost of Mr. Chicken. I think it's on my roster because I do think that they have that tagged as horror comedy. So I believe, unless I'm wrong, I think I have that tagged in there. How many Amityville movies have they made since yours? A bunch. There's been a whole bunch. I know that a guy that I know that's a really nice guy, Paul Tucker, made one called Amityville NATO that I shot something for. I don't know if it made the movie or not, but I know I shot something for it that is kind of fun. It's like a tornado Amityville movie, and I am participating in this short anthology thing from SRS called Amityverse, which we're shooting our short for on Sunday. So there you go. What do you want for the future of the Halloween franchise, multiverse, or another reboot? I'll be perfectly honest with you. I want it to rest. I don't want any more Halloween movies. I'm done. Just let it go. Let's make a new slasher. Let's get away from Michael. I haven't enjoyed, personally, I have not enjoyed a Halloween movie since part 3. So it's not my favorite franchise. I think the movies are all fine, but they're not what I want to see. So I'd be okay with them just letting it rest. So any plans to do non-horror timelines such as sci-fi? I'd love to see a Dune timeline. That would be pretty interesting. I do have some other things coming. I don't have them in the near future, but yes, there's definitely some sci-fi stuff coming in the near future. I know. I did a couple of I have scripts for a couple of comedy ones. Like I have an entire script for a Pink Panther timeline, but I just haven't put it on the schedule or anything like that. But there is one of the timelines that's coming up in the near future. I will spoil it for you if you guys want to know. I am definitely doing a War of the Worlds timeline within the next couple of months. That's on the schedule. So a lot of fun there. The Stuff, another great movie. Love The Stuff. That is a lot of fun. We're going to be doing a Larry Cohen Dead Last at some point in the near future too, and The Stuff will definitely be on there because Larry Cohen rocks. But what else we got there? Any other questions? Otherwise, I'm gonna head on out for the night because it's just about time. But any final questions you guys have? I appreciate you guys for watching the last Amityville movie. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the last Amityville movie. It was a ton of fun to make, and yeah, working on something else. Slowly working on a script for another movie to make, which will be a little bit more aggressive movie in terms of budget and scope. So we'll see what we'll do. But yeah, thank you guys very much. I'm going to get going and go help the little one with her homework and then get ready for bath. And then I got to go to work tomorrow on Halloween. Ugh. But so thank you guys for playing. I appreciate it. We'll tally up the scores. Look on the community page or as a comment to this video for the answer for the results of this game. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.